When I walk outside with my head in the clouds, everywhere I go, I keep singing out. It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna sing all my blues away. Everything's alright when I got you by my side. It's gonna be a good day. Sing it. Everything's alright when I got you by my side. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day.
Hello everyone and welcome to Frontier Unlocked. It is the 7th one of the year. We've flown through the year and welcome back,
Thank you.
Chantel. It's a big one, everyone. Chat. We've been watching chat go nuts. We are keeping an eye. So yes, we have a lot of Planet Coaster 2 information for you today. You're going to be eating very, very well. Love to the chat. I saw in there Sammy said love Frontier, so love back to you, Sammy. I've been told apparently this is something to do with my generation. The heart I use is I don't know what it is, but love back to you. So we've got lots of stuff to go through. We've got some guests for you as well. We've got some gameplay to show you as well, but we've got some housekeeping as well, haven't we, Chantel? So do you want to go through some of the bits?
Everything. So to start, we have a paint job for Elite Dangerous, and it is called the Solar Beam. And this is available for the Anaconda and the Federal Corvette as well. So nice, fancy new ship paint.
There we go. So just watch the show for 20 minutes. I'm sure you will, because there's a lot to watch, and you will earn that drop. So just remember to claim it, otherwise you won't be able to have it. So just watching 20 minutes will earn you those drops. We also have a competition coming up, and it's filled with actually some really, really cool prizes this time to celebrate the announce of Planet Coaster 2. Right. Now, look, I've been really excited to talk about Planet Coaster 2 because ever since we did Unlocked, show number 1, I heard people in chat telling me, please announce Planet Coaster 2. It's not down to me to announce Planet Coaster 2. It's the guys that are building the game, make the game. Right. But anyways, we're here now. I've been waiting to say this for a long time, haven't I?
You have.
Can I say it?
Of course you
Can I say
can.
it? All right. World premiere.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director.
And I'm Adam Woods, Senior Executive Producer, and we are really excited to show you the very first look at Planet Coaster 2 in this first deep dive video. We're going to take a look at the combination of water parks and roller coaster parks. So let's dive in. Rich, what is Planet Coaster 2?
Planet Coaster 2 is the sequel to the original Planet Coaster, the game we all know and love. It's a creative management sim about building and designing those amazing theme parks, kind of running a successful park, making sure your guests are happy and spending money so you can keep building it and expanding it. And it's about sharing those creations as well. And in Planet Coaster 2, we're bringing those amazing water parks that have been requested by our community for many years now into a game that you know and love.
Speaking of water parks, we are here already in the water park area of this theme park that we've built already. This is a work in progress sandbox from one of our development builds, but you can see our guests are already enjoying the pool that I've placed here. Pop that down quite quickly using the new pool tool, where you can place geometric shapes or custom shapes as well, kind of building to your heart's content really. In the back we have body flumes. These are constructed piece by piece, just like the roller coaster tracks you can see in the far distance as well, allowing me full creativity. I choose exactly how I want that slide to look and to work. I do have to balance, of course, excitement, fear and nausea, right? We don't want to over excite our guests, or maybe they do. Guests will have certain preferences and tolerances to that. And we also have the rather incredible looking drop piece at the top here, vertical drop piece. Guests get in and they come shooting down the slide out into the splash pool at the end there. I think we get a good view from that point, I think, don't we? There we go. Would you go on that?
That is not the kind of ride that appeals to me. I get motion sick and I'm afraid of heights. So neither of those things have made this flume appealing to me.
You'll also notice that we have the ability to have transparent sections of the flume as well. This is all kind of inspired by real life flumes and real life water parks. And you can, as you clearly can see here, you can also change the colours, creating a really vibrant and interesting part of your water park.
Bringing water to Planet Coaster 2 has been really exciting. It's been great. It's been a challenge as well of how we provide tools for players to create those kind of authentic looking pools of water that you see in water parks. Those kind of, sometimes they're geometric shape, they're kind of square or rectangular, or they have these kind of natural kidney bean shapes as well, making sure we have tools that allow players to build those kind of pools in their water parks. It's also how they look. And we want to make them look visually appealing for our guests. We wanted an aesthetic that is kind of that vibrant blue water that you see in that idealistic water park that we all have in our minds as well. And making sure that it looks amazing and interacts well with your guests, whether it's on a flume or as they're jumping into from the side as they cannonball in and things like that. So it's been great bringing that through development from a kind of basic prototype to something that looks visually amazing as well.
I think it was also an interesting point to think about the management element of what a water park needs. You know, we have the new lifeguard, the new staff type, right, which has its safety conscious people will always want to make sure that, you know, guests are okay in the pool. So you have your lifeguard station, which is manned by a lifeguard. I think they're out currently making sure someone's not panicking too much in the water. And there's also the economy side of the water park and how that helps me expand my park even further. We have guest services, which are the areas where you'll buy the pool passes now, so I can monetize access to the pools and, you know, keep my economy going. We've got a new shop, Splash Emporium, buying all those inflatables ready to use in the pool as well.
Always need those for a pool, and as you say, there's the economy aspect as well, making sure you've got the price point for those things right, so that they're appealing to your guests, but also high enough so that you can kind of make as much profit as possible and keep your park economy going.
Some would say the most important part of a water park would be its changing facilities.
I would say the flumes and the pools are the most important part, but
maybe. But if I can't get changed into my Speedos, then I can't get on the flume.
I think we're splitting hairs. Changing rooms are really important, though. I think you're right there.
They are, and they appear in Planet Coaster 2. You have to make sure your guests can access these changing rooms so they can get changed into their costumes and, of course, get changed back into their clothes, ready if they want to enjoy the rest of the park.
One of the important parts of your park are your guests. They're the whole point that we're building these big parks to keep them entertained, keep them spending money, and give them a really thrilling time. In Planet Coaster 2, we've taken the opportunity to rebuild the guests, the kind of the way they look, providing a lot more diversity, representation, and variety in the guests that are in your parks. They're also going to have more feedback into whether they're having a good time or a bad time, and we've also got them being affected by kind of bigger things in the park as well, such as the weather. The water parks giving us an opportunity to have these wonderfully hot, vibrant parks, and in Planet Coaster 2 they'll be a bit affected by things like sunburn, so you've got to make sure that they have access to sun cream to make sure that they don't get burnt, or they've got enough cover from the bright sun.
So this lady's got some Factor 50 on.
I hope so as well.
I think so.
But yeah, they'll also give you that feedback of there being on a ride that's too thrilling or fearful or too nauseating as well. So you'll have that more immediate feedback from the guests themselves onto what kind of time they're having in your park, whether it's a good one or a bad one.
And it's not just guests that we've sort of gone back and looked at refreshing and rebuilding. We've also taken the firm fan favourites of flat rides and coasters over to Planet Coaster 2, but we've rebuilt them really. You know, we've rebuilt them ready for more creative options. You'll see here we've got our teacups, but they look quite wildly different now. This has had a bit of a pass from me on its queue path and on attaching scenery directly to rides now, and blueprints to directly to rides. Really quick and easy. Just pop it on, put it to any of the parts that move, and away it goes. It all moves with it.
Because although this area of the park's using one of our new themes, our aquatic theme, the teacup itself looks like it's aquatic themed as well, but that's not because it's an aquatic teacup. We built the teacups to be planar in this case, to allow us to put the aquatic scenery directly onto the rides. So some of the rides from Planet Coaster 1, from the original one that we've rebuilt, have been kind of pared back to allow us to put those scenery pieces on.
To allow you
Planet
guys
Coaster.
more freedom in how you want to theme it.
Yeah, exactly. It means that you'll have a lot more options now of I want to take a ride and put it into anywhere in my park, any theme in my park. How do I do that? Well, now I've got more flexibility in putting scenery, putting blueprints on, and having it animate and move around with the ride itself, which is wonderful to see. As you can see here with our teacup, as you say, with the submarine blueprint in the middle of the pedestal.
And I'm sure many eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that there's patterns on this ride as well. That's another customized option. All rides will come with predefined patterns. You can select it and then it will appear on certain parts of the frame and the teacups as well here. We have the 360 power, another returning favourite in the back as well. You can see another example of how we've used other parts of the aquatic theme to change the look and feel of this ride completely, and it's only one of different themes that are coming in Planet Coaster 2.
Yeah, this one has a gradient pattern on it. We've attached some of the aquatic pieces directly to the back end of the 360 power, so it moves as the thing as it rotates around as well.
And another little example of how just one theme can look so radically different using different colours and different sort of colour palettes and ways between the two here. I suppose I've teased a little bit of what's round.
Yeah, we can see it we can see it over there. You keep moving the camera around to get us all excited about it.
Yes, it's not just standard body flumes that are going to come brand new to Planet Coaster 2. We are also looking at other varieties as well, such as the mega looking up to 6-person raft flume here, complete with inspired by real life piece the fly trap. I would definitely go on this.
I think I would brave this one, actually.
As well as that, we had the plug hole here in the middle. We've got the sphere, and we have the boomerang nestled in the back as well. All inspired by real life water rides in real life. And the other thing you'll notice quite strikingly is that the colour and the patterns on these ones are very different to what we had at the beginning. Again, new customization options to the new rides in Planet Coaster 2 means I can very quickly create these stripe patterns if I so wish to, which gives a real visual panache.
It looks lovely.
To my water park.
Really does. And we have different flumes, different slides, and we have different special pieces for those as well. We don't just have these ones. There's a lot of different pieces.
One of many, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it isn't just flat rides we can customise in Planet Coaster 2. I can now also add my personal touch to any of the coaster cars.
That's right.
I've got my Whirlpool coaster at the back here. It's closed, ready for the guests to get onto, because I was just adding some scenery pieces to it here. It's got an aquatic theme, so I thought I'd add a ring to the front as if it's kind of been constructed or come straight from the factory like that. And we've also got these really lovely light bars from the resort theme, which is one of the other new themes coming to Planet Coaster 2.
Yeah.
I'll just pop them on the side. And although I do still have all of the advanced object movement tools that we are used to in Planet Coaster, the original one, I didn't actually have to hand place all of these lights down the side. We have very clever tools where I can mirror from this side to the other side instantly. And I can also do twinning, which means it will apply to all of the cars in my train, but I can also then make it affect all trains in the coaster, and that's why in the background you'll also see that the second train has been customized the same. I didn't place all of them down, I placed that one ring and I placed that one light bar, set the right options, and it appears everywhere else.
It's going to be great to see how our wonderful community can bring those scenery pieces and blueprints.
Mine is very
yours is very
subdued or subtle.
It is incredible.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
For the time you had to get it.
Thank you.
But with time and imagination, I know the community are going to really put together the scenery pieces, the ability to change the colour, to change the scale of objects now as well, attach them to rides, to coaster cars.
Yeah, we haven't even spoken about scaling. Yeah.
To come up with so many wonderful creations. I'm really looking forward to that. And it's not just about fan favourite rides and fan favourite coasters. We have such a big suite of rides and coasters. We also have new ones as well, such as this Frenzy Thrill ride, which is going to spin our guests in a terrifying way, in my opinion.
I wouldn't go on
I think
this
they're
one.
excited.
Really? I wouldn't. I am a roller coaster and water ride guy. Flat rides, sometimes my belly's a bit too old these days. I feel a bit sick. The nausea rating on this one probably be a bit too high for me.
But yeah,
Give me a good roller coaster and I'm all right.
For what it's worth, this is one of my favourite rides in the game. Me too. I would never go on it in real life, but I love the way it looks. I love the way it moves. I'm really excited to add it to Planet Coaster 2.
we've had a look at some of the creative tools coming, and I touched on some of the new management features with the facilities and the new shop earlier. But we've got some new ones. We've got other ones, haven't we?
Yeah, as part of the water parks, we have water filtration. So you need to make sure that these pools that are being used by our guests stay nice and clean. Over time, as the pools get busier and busier, they're going to get dirtier and dirtier. So you need to make sure you have a water filtration system in place for your pools and your flumes. And then on your coasters, your rides and your facilities, we have a power system as well. So you need to make sure there's enough power for them to keep running and for your guests to use them.
And they'll need maintaining as well.
Exactly. You need to make sure you've got
Can't let them run out.
that spine, that essential part of running a park is the staff.
Yeah.
So making sure you have all of the appropriate staff in place, enough of them as well, make sure they're happy, paid well, and keep the morale high. But your power and your water need to have mechanics. As do your rides, make sure they're being serviced and repaired if they break down. We've seen our lifeguards in action in our pool already. This park needs more janitors.
I was about to
It's
say,
a very dirty park.
I'm sure lots of people are saying, you need janitors in your
Yep,
park, Adam. And I
exactly.
do. Perhaps I need to hire a few more in.
Exactly. We need to make
a few
sure we've
more
got
bins about as
more
well.
bins in there. So the janitors to clean your park, make sure guests are enjoying a nice clean park. No one wants to be in a park full of litter. We have vendors for your shops. Make sure they stay open so your guests can buy their food, their drink, their souvenirs. We have ride attendants.
Yeah.
Make sure that your rides and your coasters and your flumes stay open so your guests can keep on using them. And we have our wonderful selection of entertainers, of mascots, and we have some new ones in Planet Coaster 2 as well.
Let's have a sneak peek at Queen Splash. Introducing
Queen Splash.
Queen Splash.
We've been enjoying this deep dive in our more traditional camera view, but I think we should enjoy that coaster you've been customizing. I think we can enjoy that first person and kind of really see what the guests are going to feel as well as they go around your park.
Of course, it's not just your roller coasters you'll be able to experience in first-person mode. You'll be able to experience all of your flat rides and also your water flumes as well, including that very impressive-looking raft flume we saw earlier. I can imagine going down that fly trap in the hot seat is going to be quite the experience.
In this deep dive, we've just been giving you an overview of what's going to be possible in Planet Coaster 2, bringing those amazing water park visuals to the game with those, as you say, those amazing flumes and slides in their pieces. We've got our new creative tools. We have new themes and the ability to customize those rides and those coaster cars as well.
Next up, we'll have a look at the tools that you'll be using to create these parks, and we can't wait to show you more. Thank you so much for watching.
There we go. That is a first look at some of the gameplay for Planet Coaster 2. That was great, right? Very, very cool stuff. But we've got the stars of the show with us in the studio. White Choppies, Adam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Rich. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you for having me.
Hello. Thank you very much for having us on.
Really excited. First time actually having you on a sofa. That
Yeah.
sounds weird, chat. Don't make it weird, chat. But really excited to have you here. And we're going to do something really special, actually, because we're going to be playing a build of the game, right?
We are, yeah.
So you've just seen some of the deep dive stuff. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. But thank you even more, because we're going to play the game live, chat.
Live.
So as we're chatting, obviously we're going to throw some questions at you. I think you've got some questions from the community.
I've got a few questions, yeah.
I'm just going to be fanboying over here and just asking you random stuff. But we're going to be showing you a build of the game, which might be on the screen now. But producer Adam, you can probably flick us to some of the gameplay. So some bits to point out, if I can put my teeth in. It is, as I've said, a development build. So, and this is a live show, chat. So I've just seen someone put wow. So it's live, right? This is live. So if anything goes wrong, it's because it's live, and it will blame.
My lectern in front of me to show that it is live.
It is live, and it is a development build. So if you might see things that don't work absolutely perfectly, it's because we're still working on the game. And the eagle-eyed of you might spot a timer in the top left-hand corner. Now that is because this is actually going to be a build we're taking to Gamescom.
Yes, this is the Gamescom demo that you'll be able to play if you're lucky enough to come to the show.
So there we go, exclusively. We are going to be in Germany, we're going to be at Gamescom. If you are at the show, you'll be able to go hands-on with this. So very, very excited.
Play the game.
Right, should we get in? So we're going to let Adam free will, just do some stuff as he's going around. And then Rich, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to start with an easy question. Obviously, we had the wonderful tease and announcement of Planet Coaster 2. How was it for the team after a long time to see the reaction?
It's amazing. One of the greatest moments you have is announcing the game and showing everyone what you've been
working on and kind of getting everyone hyped for getting that hype train going on the tracks, and it was great. The team really, I love seeing all of the amazing reactions to what we've been working on. So.
Yeah. It was very nice to see a lot of the things people saying, please, 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 have water parks. And you're like, we know, we're doing it, we're doing it.
It's been like really tough. You've been like, for all these times you've been in development, you're like, we know this is coming, we know it's going to be so exciting when they see what we're doing, and it was great to see that kind of mirrored back to us.
All the conspiracy theories that we saw, people being like, there needs to be something, please, and then
there it was. You delivered.
It happened finally,
and delivered with aplomb. That's a word I don't use that often.
Yeah, the announced trailer and everyone and the creative services team that put that together have made such a great trailer, and it was great to see.
And it's great. And also, I think a lot of our fans are noticing now as I'm sort of scrolling around, that trailer's using the engine as well.
Yeah.
Right? What you're seeing is what you're getting. There's no trickery here. We're doing some stuff, and I think you're gonna pop down a coaster. It looks like.
I'm gonna pop down one of our new blueprint coasters. Just rotate it around there, get it snapped to the edge, and then we can test that. Once that's tested, I can open it.
So that's it. You just popped it down. So
simple as that.
Yeah. So look, and
there's a lot to take in. In 3 steps.
It was very quick.
There's a lot to take in and what actually that means for Planet Coaster 2. It's quite incredible.
And
really
that's something that we kind of forget to remind ourselves about, is all these improvements and things that we've added to the game, what that means to our community, the people who play Planet Coaster, and potentially seeing what we're doing. This is a pre-built roller coaster. It has paths in the blueprint.
Yeah,
which is a big step.
Yeah, huge.
It's not something that you kind of like, we've done this, we move on to all these amazing new things, but this is a big thing. We've got paths in blueprints. It's now super easy for you to choose a coaster blueprint, put it down, and connect it up against your paths.
And building a park is going to be it'll be quick, right? And allow players to be super creative when they want to, and sweat the details when they want to sweat the details, right?
Exactly that. Yeah. What you're seeing here is at the front, talking there, Arthur, is the sort of detail in which you can create these gates to the coasters. It comes with a blueprint, but that's been made using tools in the game. So
Now I watched people going a bit crazy when we were going through the deep dive about some of the tools you can do to customize stuff, and we'll go into that. We'll do a bit more later on. We'll customize one of the rides to show you, because honestly, chat, when you see, if you were going mad at the deep dive, you'll go even crazier when you see the sort of stuff you can do. It's really, really cool. So we're going to pop another coaster down now. One of the things that the community have asked about is pathing.
Yeah, pathing. Pathing is a big thing. So I know that a lot of people were desperate to find out whether the pathing has been made easier.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big takeaways of the feedback we had from the first game, was that the pathing system, making it more usable and quick to build the things that you want to build. And in Planet Coaster 2, we've taken a long look at those tools and making it a lot easier for you to build those long tracks of path, and also adding things like plazas and tools that allow you to build those more open spaces for your parks, because that's something you see in real life theme parks. There's a lot of open areas, there's a lot of overlaying of different types of brickwork, and adding tools that allow you to create that visual, which is, we're inspired by real life theme parks, real life water parks now as well, of those experiences that you have in real life, and we want to mirror that back in games. So a lot more tools on creating these kind of open areas as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we had a look at popping down the ride seems very, very easy. Can you do that with flumes as well? Is that a possibility? Is it just the same?
And not only do you can have flume blueprints, but you can also have pool blueprints that include flumes.
Oh,
so I'm going all kind of meta and layered up.
A combo.
But for example, we have this flume pool combo, which I can choose to just slot into my plaza area there. And that then brings in a functioning flume, which all I need to do is test that to get that open. You can see our flume test dummies.
Yeah, I love these little plastic board sort of things. Yeah.
Coasters. And then the pool is there, available to be used by the guests. They can use the sun lounges that are part of this blueprint. You can flexi-colour the umbrellas around it.
They don't match.
So if I wanted to match them into the red and yellow, I can do that. I can open it up. We've got all the flexi-colour options available.
And again, just how easy you did that. You just double-clicked on it, right? And you're straight into
exactly that. Yep. And these will be blueprints that I can create myself, or that you can get from the in-game workshop as well. Yeah. All the incredible content creators out there that we've seen from Planet Coaster 1. I can't wait to see what they build with this.
I played a lot of Planet Coaster 1 with my now wife and one of my best friends. We'd play it online. We'd all be in a chat playing Planet Coaster 1, and just we would often try and build really elaborate parks, and we forgot about the workshop, and that there was really talented people out there that make really cool things, and we were like, I'm spending hours trying to make a bar, and there's 10 of them in the workshop, so we can't wait to see with the tools that you guys have made for Planet Coaster 2, what our players will be able to do. Which I guess kind of brings on to, and we're going to show some of the customizable options in a second. This is a full rebuild of everything, right?
Yeah.
So one of the questions we get asked a lot about is like, can we bring over saves? But I'm guessing because of how much has changed, it's unlikely we'll bring over saves, right?
It's a no on that one. Planet Coaster, it's a brand new game. We've built a lot of new systems and kind of all the themes from scratch. So all of your saves, your workshop creations won't be able to transfer to Planet Coaster 2. We do have the workshop. We have all of the ways that we had in Planet Coaster 1 of creating blueprints, creating parks, and sharing those with players, with other community members. But we'll also have in Planet Coaster 2 cross-platform workshops.
Which is really cool.
So
Yeah.
PC players, if you're making a cool blueprint and you want to share that with Chantel, who's on Xbox, you'll be able to do that in Planet Coaster 2. So it's a clean slate to begin with, but we've got wonderful tools and new content for you to build. As Adam said, we've got our coaster blueprints, we've got pool blueprints, we've got all of these new types of blueprints that you'll be able to make as well, including...
And brand new types of blueprints, right?
Yes, right. That was the very...
Look at that segue. You guys have done this before, haven't you?
Professionals.
We've worked together a lot.
So what we're looking at, so this is, we're going to put, you're going to do the thing. You're going to do the thing.
I'm going to do the thing. I'm
Yeah.
going to do the thing that I love to do to show off that sheer kind of creative power that these tools give. Of course, we want to provide a kind of vanilla version of the flat ride, just because you might want to then change it yourself. So we have a brand new ride, Planet Coaster 2 as well, the Monsoon Chute here, which is in its kind of vanilla form. Looks great, looks fantastic. I can still choose to place the entrances and exits exactly how I want to, so I have that creative freedom if I want to kind of build from a sort of blank slate. But we also now have blueprints for flat rides.
And this is the same flat ride, but just customised with all this. Look at this. I just blew my mind when you showed me this. Only this afternoon, because I saw the other one, the flywheel one you showed me first. I didn't see this one. This is incredible.
And then, so that's using our aquatic theme.
Yep.
And then we also have one to show off the resort theme. And just kind of how different they can look.
This is chef's kiss.
Yeah. So again, a new thing for Planet Coaster 2 is flat ride blueprints. So you can now create those blueprints, include the ride and scenery that is dressed around your ride, and any scenery that's attached to your ride, which again, new feature for Planet Coaster 2. And I love the Monsoon Chute. It's my favourite new ride. I love all of my rides equally, but there is some that I like more than others.
Right.
And it was a new ride that we've added for the game, and for me, it's got that nice linkage to both kind of sides of Planet Coaster 2. It's kind of a hard, mechanical ride, but it's also got that water element as well. It has a wonderful effect as all of that water comes splooshing up. Again, technical term, that one.
Splooshing up. Yeah, there we go.
And like the coasters we saw before, because these blueprints have got the entrance exit placed already, all I do is open it.
And it's ready to go.
There's an attendant there ready to man it, and then guests can jump on that. I've placed it in the middle of a plaza, which you'll notice is a new thing. We've got these plazas, we can just plonk. Plonk's a very technical term.
Again,
I'm adding my glossary of technical terms here.
Plonk it right in the middle of the plaza, connects
yeah.
all up, and then guests can enjoy those rides.
Perfect. And I've noticed if you zoom on the middle one, there's moving parts on a moving part.
There's
am I
moving
seeing that
parts
correctly?
on a moving part. Yes, it's not just the static kind of frames of flat rides. There'll be. I'm sure we'll look at this in future deep dives. There's highlighted areas around it, and then if you attach it to that area, it moves with the animation as well. So here you've got animated prop piece that then will move.
Yeah, a submarine arm sort of things, aren't they? Yeah.
Exactly, with the pieces that goes up.
Yeah, I can't. But honestly, looking at the three next to each other, you would just think that they're entirely separate entities. But it's just the creativity that will just go. It will go crazy with it, especially with our community as well. Seeing those, and then add them to blueprints for people to share.
Exactly that.
Talking of sharing.
I was going to say,
guys,
We're learning from
Not their first rodeo.
Right, so
Not their first rodeo.
keep going in between.
One of the things that's people have asked us questions about is the co-op, right, that we've mentioned. So how does the co-op work? And can you elaborate a bit more on that?
A bit like, as you mentioned earlier, when you were playing with your
Now wife.
Now wife.
Now wife, yeah.
Then not wife.
Yes.
In Planet Coaster 2, you'll be able to work on your parks asynchronously. So I call it past the park, which is my loose term to describe it. So cross-platform in sandbox mode and franchise mode. So in sandbox mode, you can use your
your friends to create collaboration lists. So you take turns with that park. So I might work on it, I'll finish saving it, I'll upload it to the cloud. God bless the mythical cloud.
That is a technical term.
That is, yeah.
We used the first technical word. Well done, everyone.
And then you can download it, update it, and then you'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
And in franchise mode, it's a very similar way of working together in your franchises. You'll be able to build lots of different parks and then compete with other franchises on challenges. They're going to be time-based. So it's like a leaderboard of you trying to create a park that might have a very high daily income. So you're trying to work together, build a park that has a daily income, submit it to the challenge and see where your franchise's park ranks against other franchises. Again, cross-platform as well. So.
I'm really excited for this because the three of us used to play Planet Coaster 1 just on mic to each other. So it's obviously myself, my wife, and one of our very good friends, Cam. We'd all do different parts. So generally really good at building rides. I'm very much into the sort of experiential part, so I like to build themed areas.
Yeah.
So I guess now with this, I can let Jen build the rides and then hand over to me, and I can then theme around them and make it like whatever theme I want it to be, right? So that for me is really, really cool.
Yeah, exactly. It allows you to lean into your strengths of how you play the game or the bits that you're really good at. Definitely.
Or completely mess up your friends.
Yes.
Your friends' rides as well.
And we have
I'll be
version.
kicking you out of my franchise real quick. I'm just going to say.
And we have tools in place like version control, so you can roll back if anyone does anything nefarious to any of your parks, and then like ban them for life. And, you know,
The Chantel key, that is. That's going to be like...
it's a button. It's a Chantel button.
chaos.
Has your park been Chantel'd? Yes, it has. Right, okay, then you can roll it back. I've watched Adam been doing some bits and bobs in the past, but one of the questions that comes up a lot, I guess, is about the complexity, and will there be a complexity meter in the game? Do you want to talk a bit more about this so our players understand what we're going to have in the game, what's not going to be in the game?
So players on PC will not have a complex limit.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to play the game as much as you want, as much as your PC can handle. On those of you that are playing on console, so Xbox or PlayStation, there will be a complex limit. It's there to protect you. It keeps you a nice, smooth experience, and ensures that you're just having a wonderful time playing the game. But
go for it. You carry on.
because of things like the sharing of parks, there will be a consideration for PC players to be aware of their limits, so that if they're sharing with people that are collaborating on platforms, the consoles, or in franchise mode, they can see what their current version is on PC, so they're not creating a park that the console players cannot open. Hopefully I explain that simply enough. But if you play just PC, if you just want a PC and you don't want to engage in any of the online aspects, you can just have one all the time. Or if your franchise is just PC players, you can have that as well. But it's when we cross from one platform to the other that we have to bring the limit in. And if you're just on console as well.
Cool. But also, for those of you that have played any of the other Planet games, so Planet Zoo on console, you'll know the complexity meter, what it's there for, and the depth you can still go into these parks, right? It's there for to give you the best experience of your game, right? And that's it. And you can still make some pretty insane parks. And we're very confident that you'll be able to do that with Planet Coaster 2.
We do also want to say, chat is going absolutely crazy about the paths. They are
I did
loving
that
the
on purpose.
pathing.
Were you doing that?
Did you do it whilst I was chatting?
While you were talking, I just thought I'll just drop a little thing in the background,
little
see what
path.
happens. And I took the opportunity to build the condor out the back here, the flight of the condor, and I just very quickly connected the entrance path to the main network using just one of the new path tools. I just thought I'd see.
Do we have any other new tools, maybe?
We do have a few other new tools. We have, for example, the draw tool, which allows me
Steady on, chat. Brace yourselves.
to draw these lovely big plaza-style areas, just like that.
Just like that.
And that can then be connected up using the tool that you all just saw me
They're very
in.
happy.
So
I'm
they're
very
so
confident we
good.
could have just made a path building game and we'd have been okay. We could have just made that. We'd have been all right.
All the way, and then I could just connect it up to that one over there. There we go.
So simple.
It's really simple.
You can also do the traditional tools as well if you want to. If you want to go like piece by piece, you can still do that,
we
right?
have
So your
classic
paths
path
if you
tool
want
as well, and we also another big one is the stamp tool as well, allowing me to quickly place down these kind of geometric shapes across the grid if I want to.
And you can do this with pools as well, right? You can do this with pools as well. You
can,
You
very
can
similar tools for paths and pools.
Yeah, there's a lot there. Chat are very happy with that. It's still, slow. There's lots of stuff going on here. Okay, we've shown you some paths, and Adam's doing that in the background. So I wondered why chat was sort of blurring my eye. Just this thing happening every other. Something's happened. Not sure what we said. One of the things that came up and I guess it was just us showing off because authenticity is very important to us. And people will ask us about hotels. They thought it's by the hotel. But can we just want to show let's explain what these are,
so
right?
the resort theme is really good at allowing you to build things that are...
Stop having fun, Adam. Stop doing that.
Can look like hotels, but it's there to allow you to build this kind of Main Street feel as well that you have in theme parks, where it's very facade-based.
Yeah.
So there aren't any hotels in Planet Coaster 2, but this theme is really good at creating those kind of those big, tall areas that can give the impression of hotels, apartment blocks, anything like that, really. They just...
That give you that authentic feel to a park where, you know, we've all been, well, not we've all been, but I went to Alton Towers recently. There's a little, got a hot dog, a rollover hot dog from a big crooked house, but it wasn't really a real big crooked house. It was it was all part of that facade of that theme, that area, you know, so that allows you to create these lovely facades for your shops here as well.
And I also love the way you've done it. So can you spin around the back of it again?
Yeah.
I love how it's all like, it's proper like the movie set style stuff. I really love all this. It's really, really cool.
Because it's not about what we're seeing here, it's about what your guests are going to experience. And that's what you have in real life as well. It's what you're seeing whilst you're walking around.
And we saw a lot of that from Planet Coaster 1, where people wanted to build an authentic, real-life looking park, not a fancy park, but they actually wanted to lean into the air conditioning units and the ducting and all that sort of stuff. So that's that's the point.
All right, I'm just conscious of time, and your time is precious because you've got lots of work to do. However, I did want us to show a little bit about customising a ride, because I think this is. I mean,
I was showing them
if you like
customizing
Paul's
colours in
chat,
the background, but we'll leave that one just hanging.
Oh, what were you doing? You
I
showing?
just showed them the different colours.
Oh, well, sorry, you have to wait for the next deep dive for that. Sorry, Rachel will kill us if we say too much. But this is something that I think you're going to like. So this is us customising, or say us, it's the royal us.
It's mostly Adam.
It's mostly Adam who's going to customise the coaster, right? So talk us through what you're doing here, Adam, and then let's work out what they can do.
Yeah, let me. Shall I scroll back a little bit just for a second? I clicked on the Splinter coaster that I placed down earlier. Clicked on customization. We have the other colours that we're used to, but we have this new option, attaching scenery, which then opens up the scenery browser, filtered down to the non-grid based pieces.
Yeah.
It's all non-grid based pieces that you can attach to scenery. To rides. I've searched for light because I quite like the hanging one we said, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then here, this was the highlight I was talking about earlier, where if I place it anywhere, even slightly offset to the main model, with that highlight, it will animate with that section of the car.
Nice.
So you can use the advanced
it's really powerful.
move
You
to
can
tweak
you can
it,
sort
or
of
move it further away, or just really fine tune it.
and we've seen how people in the office use this, and also, you know, like I say, creating that offset, because that you might be able to create some interesting things with that, you know, with not attaching it directly to it. But let's take it to this, excuse me, from the side here. We can we've got all our advanced moves.
Yeah.
We've got the scaling. Which we've briefly spoken about.
And this scaling isn't just for when you're putting customization on coasters and rides. This will apply to the scenery piece just out in the park wherever you want it as well.
So you can customise your trees if you want to. You can have a big palm tree, a little palm tree, all that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all in there. Change the lighting.
Change that colour there. I could change the light as well. And then, of course, well, not of course, I take it for granted. Let's place that bit down. I want it on this side, but I want to do it quickly and easily, so I can just click the options section. I can select symmetry type for mirrored, and then that appears. If I do move the original, it will update in real time as well.
This is honestly, when I saw you doing this, I was like, "Wow, stop! What are you doing?"
I can also choose to put it on all the other cars in the train.
Yeah.
Again, moving it moves everything in a great big conga line. And if you can see the train in the background, I can ask for it to affect all the trains on this coaster, and it will attach them to there. Again, let's do the little conga line of everything. Technical term again, conga line. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you say that's it. Oh, that's it. And that's
I've just undone all my changes as well because I didn't actually accept it.
Oh, okay.
You saw
it's fine. But I mean, I think, I speak for everyone, I cannot wait to see what people do with these coasters, because the coasters themselves are fantastic. And of course, you can build your own coaster if you want to build your own coaster. Right?
Absolutely,
that is not been removed from the game. You can still sit there and create your own coaster and then do all of that to the coaster, right?
Adam had applied some lamps very quickly, but you've got all of the different scenery pieces you can attach to it. You can also attach scenery blueprints to coasters as well. This morning, I put a big rock setup with some trees on it onto a coaster and just watched it go up and around. And it just filled me with joy at this wonderful game that we're making. And I can do things really quickly and silly, but the community will be using these tools for amazing things.
I will probably get told off for this, but when I walk into the office and see our CEO attaching a giant animated fish to a roller coaster and watching it do loop the loops, you know you're in a good space. You know you're in a good space.
Yeah.
And everyone's laughing and joking and smiling about it because we're just making a game with some creative people, and it's going to be fun. I don't know if we've got time to show any more stuff. I'm super conscious of your time. Can we show one of the mascots?
Oh, of
Just
course.
One of the mascots. Add a new mascot
absolutely.
in there.
Take your pick.
But chat, look, as Adam does that,
go
I just want to
over
go through
here.
and say we've only barely scratched the surface to show you just some of the huge amount of creative tools we have for our players. We're bringing water parks and coasters together. Authenticity remains. He's just hanging in the air. There he is.
Cigar is the greatest.
We have
Cigar,
so
we
much
also
more to
have
talk about.
Bodhi.
Bodhi the shark. Yeah, Bodhi's cool.
We've got the diver.
Now, to me, there's this cool thing about the diver, right? You were telling us before.
Yeah,
He's
we
got-
try and come up with these little stories to some of the mascots to help inspiration and concepting. And with the diver, the idea is that he's deep sea exploration. He's trying to capture photos of creatures under the sea. The creature he's trying to find is actually on his tank behind him, and every now and then he will like jump over and taunt him that I'm here the whole time. And it's just like those fun little stories we give out mascots, and I love that one on the diver.
Yeah.
Just,
And of
And
course,
of course,
we've seen
we'd
it
be
before,
remiss
but
to not. Yeah,
we
and there
have
is
to add in.
Spring
Behind
Splash.
us.
There we go.
Splash.
There we go. Guys, look, thank you so much. I know the next deep dive we're going to go into the creativity, and you guys are hard at work. For those in chat, thank you so much for your love and support for the game. This is just a taster, and this again was a live build. So this is
Live
the game
build, in development.
in development.
Development build, but yeah.
It already looks fantastic. If you're going to Gamescom, you will be able to do all this stuff that Adam's just done at our stand, but we will have a timer because I'm guessing it's going to be pretty busy. So you'll come and see us at Gamescom.
Yeah.
It's been great. Rich, Adam, thank you
you.
so
Amazing.
much
Thank
for
you very
coming
much
on.
for having us on.
I know you guys are busy, so I think to play us out, we should run the trailer one more time so you can get off and do what you got to do.
Get
Thank you so
out of
much.
it.
guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Then again,
When I walk outside with my head in the clouds, everywhere I go, I keep singing out. Good day. I'm gonna sing all my blues away. Everything's alright when I got you by my side. It's gonna be a good day. Sing it. Everything's alright when I got you by my side. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day.
Wowza, there we go. I mean,
So good.
Right?
So good.
and we get to see it like on a day-to-day basis, but it's so nice that the guys come in and show it off because like they see it every day and they don't think they're like this. Oh, and I've just done this. It's like just done it. It like blows your mind. Chat. I hope you enjoyed that. And a big love. Can we get some love for Adam and Rich for taking some time out to come in and play it live? Just to point out as well, development build, that was a very, very small taste of just some of the rides, flumes, pools, all that stuff. That was honestly scratching the surface. There's so much more. There's so much more we can talk about with the game. We will talk about going forwards. If you're going to be at Gamescom, come and play the game. It really is very, very special what they've done with Planet Coaster 2. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope that's sort of sated some of your appetite for the time being. I'm sure people will be pouring over that. The deep dive is out now, I think, on YouTube, or will be very soon for you to
Yes,
watch.
yeah.
And I'm sure producer Adam will cut up this segment for you to watch back as well. So to celebrate,
We have a lovely giveaway.
what have we got? What have we got?
We've got a water bottle. We've got a nice little Elite beanie here as
Yep.
well. We have got the vinyl. We've got some wonderful. Oh well,
Oh,
I knew that was
I
going
thought
to
it was
happen.
going on the floor, but it didn't. It's just there,
It's still
chat. It's
on the-
okay.
it's
It's
still
okay. It's safe. It's safe.
We have a lovely Corsair headset.
Camouflage headset. So if you can't see it, trust us, it's there. So it's a running gag. Sorry, chat. You have to do it. And what else have we got? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Just something small. Just a little
Hang on.
something. That's a leave. Is it that heavy?
Oh, I'm so strong. So strong. This is a giant monitor. It's not giant. It's a curved gaming monitor from MSI. It's super cool, and we're going to give this away to celebrate the announcement of Planet Coaster 2. So to be in with a chance to win, what have you got to do,
So
Chantel?
you will have to put !Planco2 in the chat, and that is all lowercase. So !Planco2.
And you get a chance to win all that swag. All that swag.
And we will announce the winner today, so just keep an eye on it. And it is Twitch only, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So sorry, YouTube.
Yeah, sorry, YouTube. It's literally, we can't do this on YouTube. So if we could, we would. We
Yes.
can't, so we don't, unfortunately. And our chat has sort of slowed down a bit there. So I say it's slowed down. I think it's just gone really fast. Everyone's entering the prize. I'm still pumped from that. Honestly,
I know.
I'm so
Like-
happy for the guys to be able to come on and show off what they've been working on. And for me, it's a sweet release of not having to look at the chat and be like, "Can you tell us about Planet Coaster 2? Announce it." It's out. So more to show on you, and so excited for people to get hold of it because it plays just as good as it looks. So really, really excited for that. But it's still been a busy month, right?
I joined it.
Joined at the right time,
Busy time.
Chantel, because we need more people. It's great. It's great. So to celebrate, we had another big launch this week.
did.
Formula Manager 24 is out in the wild.
It is.
So that's available for us. I think have we got a trailer for that, producer Adam? We have. So we'll run that trailer for you now. So have a look.
F1 is back, ladies and gentlemen, and the grid is set to grow. This is it! 22 cars on the grid. Let's go racing.
No, what's happening? The engine, guys. Broken, I think.
We will box this lap.
Okay, box this lap.
So let's get after it. And DRS is now enabled.
Keep going, you're doing good.
It looks like the rain has finished for now, but the conditions could change at any point. The drivers must keep on their toes.
Formula One's newest team, shattering all expectations here.
Lots of crashes. Excellent pace. Okay, let's make the most of it.
They're not just here to take part, they're here to win.
There we go. So that's out in the wild. So it's having a lot of fun watching people create some very interesting liveries in the game. But that's really, really fun. The creative team's gone down an absolute storm. And it's available on all platforms. So if you want to pick it up, please do. Well, that's not all.
That's not all.
Only yesterday. What happened yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday we announced that the Grasslands and Africa DLC is coming to console, or is now out.
Out.
On console.
Out.
And there's so much stuff in there that you can do. So we've got loads of new animals. We've got lots of scenery pieces. There is a beautiful butterfly exhibit. And there's also some different challenge scenarios in there as well. So that is all out now.
For those that,
console.
and particularly for Adam, who was just on, we mentioned this, the armadillo. It's a reference. Some of you will get it, some of you won't. Armadillo. Soft on the inside, crunchy on the outside. Armadillo. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, I'm just very, very old. But it's a really, really cool DLC, and I believe we've got a trailer for this one. Do we not, produce Adam? Let's have a look. Hello and welcome back to the show. That's the Grasslands and Africa bundle, which is available now, so you can pick it up. But I think what's most important before we get on to talk to our next guest is announce a winner to who's won all that swag. So somewhere, producer Adam will be using his magic. No, he's saying no. He's saying no. He's saying no. So okay, we're going to go straight into meeting our guest, and I guess, and we'll close the competition off. But welcome back, young Zach. Ta-da!
Hello.
What we're here to talk about, Zach?
I kind of want to talk about Planet Coaster too.
I mean, it was great, wasn't it?
It was great. That's kind of what I'm here for. But I also have some Elite Dangerous stuff to talk about.
Don't get us lynched, right? We're going to be with some of these people next weekend, so let's be nice. Right, okay, come on.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've got some stuff to talk about, mostly around the sort of engineering rebalance and the sort of great work the dev team have been doing there, and then we'll have some information about the Type 8 and some other bits and bobs that are coming along with that.
I mean, engineering has been a hot topic, I think, for a long time. When you were on Elite as a community manager, now here you are as product manager. So what's happening with engineering? Lay it on us, Zach. Now, there's a lot of numbers here, chat, and Zach may have to refer to his notes, so bear with us, all right?
Producer Adam has kindly given me some notes straight over here, so if you see me looking this way a lot, guess what I'm doing. But yeah, so I think the crux of it is, yes, we've seen a lot of feedback over the years about engineering. Dev team have had the chance now to look at that and sort of take on that feedback and figure out what works best from our point of view as well. And what we've got here is a sort of We've had a look at the numbers and some of the sort of mechanics and tweaked them a little bit, we now think it's going to be in a much sort of stronger place, and ultimately, hopefully, a lot of you commanders will be much happier and sort of get a much cleaner and quicker experience out of your engineering. So, I think the first thing worth discussing on that is we're just going to outright increase the number of materials that you're getting across the board from various sources. So. We've increased material availability at grade 4 and 5 farming locations.
This is why we need notes, right?
Yeah, so basically we're increasing the number of sources of materials, and in some cases the payout per source. So I believe if producer Adam updates my notes,
Adam,
he's already failing me.
Sorry, I'm going to give you a little peek behind the mirror here, chat. Adam's trying to give us a note, which I'm vigorously nodding, but he's not looking at me nodding to say that I understood what he said, and he's not updated Zach's notes, so it's fine. It's okay.
So
we can get it.
Don't worry, chat. I've got a lot of numbers. So basically, in the past, I think you'd be looking at getting between 3 and 6 fragments of micro resources in total per site. We've now increased that to about 30 to 100 micro resources.
So a significant increase.
It's a lot more. So in terms of the number of sources too, you'll actually see crashed anacondas with more exploding canisters. Jameson's crash site will have additional scan sites too. So you're basically just going to be getting a whole lot more engineering materials. That's kind of not it though. So I see chat is already going crazy, but like we're literally scratching the surface.
Yeah, I mean,
should we stop?
Leave it there.
Should we stop?
That's enough. That's enough. But it's not just that, so it's missions as well we're looking at, right? So that's one of the things that people have asked about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think obviously a lot of our players actually enjoy the sort of farming process of going and getting materials, but you can also get materials via missions. Obviously players want to engage in missions and feel rewarded for what they're doing. So we've also increased the engineering maps you'll get across the board from missions too. So depending on the mission or material limit you could get, I think it's now up to 24 materials. I think it changes depending on the type of material it is, but we've sort of increased that dramatically.
Yeah, so if we have a look down on our notes again.
Yeah.
Adam's sent us down a river. We're drowning, Adam. There's too much data. We've got the materials. Once you've got them though, I guess that's the next question, right?
Yeah, I mean, alongside the mission rewards, we've also done some tweaks to the sort of Fargoid war balance, which we'll talk about as well shortly. But yeah, it's what are you going to do with those? Yeah, we've increased the amount of materials you're getting, which is sort of phase 1. But what about, what do you do with them? I think we thought the requirements were too high in Odyssey in terms of how many materials you needed. And I think in the sort of base game or for ship recipes, it was too random. When it came to getting your sort of engineered upgrades done. So I think we've kind of addressed all of this. The first thing we've done, I think the major thing we've done is we've removed the random element from the sort of spins when you're doing
I can hear the relief. I can hear it. I can almost hear it. But
Yeah, so now instead of having when you go to spin, you've got a sort of randomized chance in the past what your sort of engineering results would be. If Producer Adam scrolls down, in fact, I actually think we've got a nice little table that Producer Adam can put on the screen. Don't worry, chat. I know we had our sort of Planet Coaster stuff, which was all really fancy. I'm here with the nerd data.
This is the stuff that's really going to get you going.
Yeah, this is what you guys want, right?
There
chat?
are numbers and percentage signs here.
Yeah,
I'm already
so
invested.
I think the gist of it is, as I said, it's no longer random. If you're rank 5 with the engineer, it will be 1 spin for a grade 1 blueprint, 2 spins for a grade 2, and so on. If you're less than grade 5, it will be more spins, but it won't be a gamble, it won't be random. You can see there on the grid, if you're less than 5, how long it will take, basically what percentage of progress you'll make with every sort of spin that you do. I guess spin is now an outdated term, but you know what I mean? That sort of progress on the circle.
It removes that frustration as well. If you, I guess, having spent a lot of time trying to get sort of the materials you need, then to not get the result you want,
exactly,
is deeply frustrating. Yeah. Whereas we want people to find the end game, which engineering really is just a bit more of a, it's predictable and you know what you're working towards, and it allows people to set goals, right?
Yeah, I think that's the sort of crux of it. We wanted to make sure that our players felt like they were being rewarded for the efforts they were putting in. It wasn't 100% down to chance, right? That's a key piece of feedback we've seen across all of the feedback from a lot of different groups that we've sort of heard from on engineering. So that was one thing we've done. Again, not all. We've still got some stuff to talk about. So speaking of the engineers themselves, we've also changed the unlock requirements on some of them. So I believe, Producer Adam has brought on another table there. So we've basically changed these 4 here. I think let's just go over some of I think you can see, chat, quite clearly. We've just, for the most part, reduced the numbers required for these engineers so that you can get access to them much quicker and easier. That's what we want players to do. There you go. Now you can get your rewards quicker from the game itself, and you don't actually have to have as many of them to progress with what you want to do in the first place.
But I think a lot of this comes down to like assessing and valuing our players' time in game, right? How we're spending their time, allow them to do stuff that it can be challenging, but the reward is targetable and predictable, so you know what you're going to get. And again, it's valuing the time and removing some of that frustration. I think we had some feedback on, I think it's fair to say.
Yes, just a bit.
And I think you said at the start here, we're not saying this is going to be perfect straight out the bat. We're pretty close to what we feel. But of course, we're going to be listening to feedback when this goes out and see if what we've done has landed correctly, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're happy with it. Our testing internally, we're really happy with where it is. Obviously, as always, we do listen to play it, but we want you guys to sort of get this now and test it and sort of see how it goes. But we're in a space where we're actually quite happy with the way it's turning out so far.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
You mentioned Odyssey. Can you talk a little bit more about the specific Odyssey changes you've done as well?
Yeah, so I think the changes we're making are actually a lot more sort of extensive in Odyssey. The goal is to allow players to use multiple suits properly. I think in the past you kind of felt like you had to focus solely on one, purely just due to how hard it is to get the mats and progress. Like you really had to say, okay, I've got this many hours to play the game, I'm just going to focus on one suit.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, the recipes for Odyssey Engineering have had their material amounts reduced. So combined with getting more rewards for missions and sort of needing to spend less, it should make it easier to really kit out your sort of Odyssey gear as well. And another thing that we've done that Producer Adam has got another table for is...
He's been a table-making wizard.
Yes, he's
Look at him go.
Very handy, yeah. These are the capacity for materials on suits. We've basically upped the capacity, which I know was a pretty big request from our players. You can now carry more materials in your suits. Obviously, the Maverick suit will allow you to carry more because that's kind of what we want it to be there for. But you'll see, all the other suits as well have had an increase in capacity, so...
I did just see Commander Alexa saying that they had 8 suits already, Artemis suits. And of course, because you're always out exploring and finding various bits of biologics to find on the planet surface. I know your work, Alexa.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, sorry, Zach, I was derailing. I just saw a comment and I had to bring it up.
No, that's fair enough. I think that is kind of the general changes that we've made in this rebalance. But we have also done some changes to the ongoing Fargoid War. So obviously,
you mentioned that. So what's happening there?
Yeah. So back in 18.6, 06 or 06, we overhauled the system initially.
Don't like those names. Should do something about those names.
We'll
Zach.
do something about them, don't worry. That's coming up. We basically made the Thargoid War more combat focused and give you better credit rewards for what you were doing. Obviously, we know not all of our players are keen on combat, so there were other things you could get rewards for, like Titan pod rescues and stuff like that. We also rebalanced the overall difficulty of engaging in the system surrounding the Titans and made the pushback from those war efforts around Aspire much more dynamic, so you could feel the effect without having to wait for the Thursday reset. And if producer Adam gives me some more information. Oh yeah, we did a partial rework to the Counter-Strike system. There's so many terms that I've got to get in my head right now.
You mean you don't know them all?
Yeah,
just straight away?
Everything.
And all the numbers, the percentages and the changes?
It's hard.
Zach, come on.
So yeah, the Counter-Strike system basically gave you new ways to fight Thargoids in their occupied space. So there was a new mechanic that basically allowed you to defend ports, which humanity had reactivated. Within those systems, there was actually a lot more detail into that rework. I think producer Adam might be able to drop a link in the chat right now, or the mods. Have a look at that if you want to sort of get into the nitty-gritty of the numbers we did there. But there is more. So what's changing with the next update when it comes to the Thargoid War? So as we get closer and closer to the potential end of the Thargoid War,
Potential.
we're making some adjustments alongside a sort of wider rebalance that I talked about to give you some more rewards engineering-wise. So from the next update, contributing to taking a Thargoid-controlled or invasion system will reward engineering materials upon system completion. So again, I'll read so I get this right. All grade 4 raw and grade 5 encoded/manufactured engineering materials are eligible as rewards, so you can also trade them down to whatever materials you need, which is really sort of important. And the sort of rewards are determined by percentile like contribution. So if you're used to community goals, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Tier 1 will get 120, Tier 2 will get 60, Tier 3 will get 18. And they're kind of picked randomly from the different categories we have, so raw, encoded, manufactured. So you could end up with 120 materials total. We will start counting this contribution from... I'm struggling.
So, you weren't lying when you said you'd made notes. Chat, I had no idea he'd made these many notes.
I'm trying, chat. The contribution will start from the next update, so not right now, from the next update. And importantly, your contributions will not be reset with each sort of weekly reset. So that means you can basically, by contributing even a sort of small amount to the Thargoid War, you can actually receive a passive income of engineering materials.
Yeah.
So obviously combined with the changes we've made there and the sort of general rebalance, you're going to get at some really nice sort of income of your engineering materials. So I think if you want to get involved, go for Titan 4. I think that's the current target that our players are going for. So there's loads of information and great content creators out there to get you started.
Right?
Yes, I think 3 or 4, something like that.
So, well, let's see what happens with the old Thargoids. And they're taking a bit of a pasting, and I've been asked to fly an attack. I know, Mikan, you've asked me plenty of times. In the words of Jack Sparrow, I will do it when I find time, and also I'm waiting for the opportune moment, Sammy. So I'll do it when I can. Essentially, I'll do that. But yeah.
Good.
So that was a bit of a whistle-stop tour of the changes. There's a lot going on. We've been asked when the next update is. Is there anything you can share on that, Zach?
Sure, yeah. So the next update, as you probably all aware, is the Type 8. So what we're doing here is we're actually going to change how we're naming updates. Like you sort of alluded to, you got ahead of us. So we're saying goodbye to calling things just outright update 16, 17, 18. Like it got a bit confusing, I think, for our sort of new and returning players to understand exactly what they were getting in this new update, right? So what we're actually going to do is give our bigger updates a name, so it's much more clear to those players. So Adam, please show us. Obviously, you might guess already, chat. The next update is going to be called, creatively,
the Type 8 update.
Type 8 update. Yep. And obviously, I can tell you the Type 8 update will be releasing on the 7th of August. So
nice.
1 week from today.
So a week's time.
Yep.
Very soon.
Coming up very soon. And that obviously means that on the 7th of August, the Type 8 will be available in early access via the sort of Arc Store. It will also include the rebalance we just talked about to engineering, so you've only got 1 week to wait for all of that. We'll have 2 new pre-built ships, which I'll talk about in a minute, and the Python Mark II will become available in game for Odyssey players for credits. So if you've been unable to pick up the Python Mark II so far, next week you'll be able to get your hands on a new ship, which is really great.
Cool. All right, so you've mentioned the new ship.
Yeah.
Anything else you can share about the Type 8 is coming in? So you mentioned some pre-builds as well. So
let's go through the sort of what we're calling as wave 2 of our sort of new ships and pre-built ships coming into the game. So obviously we've got the Type 8 standard, which will be the ship and the shipyard unlock, exactly the same as if you bought the Python Mark II.
Have you got a picture of the Type? I mean, there's a Type 8 there.
Yeah, there you go. There's a nice sort of look at the Type 8. One of my favourite ships in the game, I think.
It's just because it's just. I said it. We're going to go over old ground here. But it just looks so different.
Yeah. We've talked about this on stream now for probably about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
It's a great. As someone said, Tonka space station. Do you remember the Tonka?
I remember Tonka. Yeah.
That you're right. Actually, it reminds me of the old Tonka toys I used to have. I love it. So that's the basic sort of model. We'll also have the Stellar Edition. So this will come with a high-spec transport loadout, increased storage capabilities, and a reinforced hull, as well as the I think that's the haulage stripe red paint job and the Aero ship kit.
Yep.
So I think that one's looking pretty cool.
And then next up, if we scroll down the notes there, producer Adam.
Don't worry, I think I know this one. It's
all
next.
Right, all right.
I'm getting there now.
Fancy pants.
Yeah, I've got through the numbers. I've got through the data.
Easy part now.
Yeah, this is the easy part. So the next one is the passenger jumpstart. So, passenger sort of missions are.
We asked a lot about passenger ships,
we
actually.
do. We have a lot of players who, want to get involved in Elite Dangerous and just want to have a nice chill time. Sort of moving passengers
bit
around.
Sightseeing.
Yeah, a bit of sightseeing. Yeah. So this is our passenger jumpstart. It's a Beluga. It's obviously outfitted for luxury long range, equipped with, I believe, an increased range SCO capable FSD and luxury cabins, and it's got the ship kit and the.
Someone's put passengers are chill. I know the passengers moan a lot. All right, sorry.
Yeah, they do.
You chill. The passengers can stress. You chill.
Yeah, you chill. The passengers are, very enthusiastic. Let's say.
Yes. They're keen to be where they want to be.
Yeah. And that's got the nice United Marine blue paint job. I really like it. It's almost like a ferry, maybe like a cruise or something. That's the kind of vibe we're going for. And then the next one
This looks cool. This is the one I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, so this is the Bounty Hunter Jumpstart, and it's a Vulture. So equipped with sort of high-spec bounty hunting combat, Grade 1, 2 engineered weaponry, Grade 2 engineered core internals, Crossfire, I believe that's called, the paint job.
Yep.
And a nice 16-piece ship kit as well. So if you want to get into your sort of beginner-level bounty hunting and up to the sort of mid-level, here you go.
I spent a lot of time in a Vulture actually when I was doing my combat. I still call it scabbing when I used to go into a high res zone or a medium res zone rather, and then I'd wait for the police to do all the hard work, and I would dip in with my little Vulture and do a couple little rounds and get the bounty. And that's what I used to when I started out playing Elite. That's what I used to do.
That's sort of like the best bit about Elite, right? Is how you can create your own gameplay. Like you can kind of approach things how you want to, and you get rewarded. So I've
said it many times. There is no right way to play Elite Dangerous, just your way. And if you're having fun, then you're playing Elite Dangerous the correct way.
Exactly. Okay.
Just to clarify,
Yep.
chat was asking, when is it coming out?
The 7th of August.
7th of August.
A week from today.
It'll be in early access, and then I think it's early access for 3 months, and then it'll be like the Python, and then it'll be in-game for credits for Odyssey players.
Yeah,
right?
So exactly what we did for the Python Mark II, you can expect for the Type 8. Speaking of, I believe we've got some new paint jobs coming as well on the 7th, or around the 7th for the Python Mark II. I believe this is called the Snakebite, and then we've also got the Tactical.
That's the one I like.
Yeah.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, and I think we've got one more as well. Producer Adam, thumbs up, thumbs down. Yep. So we've got a few more. These are just some examples. So, if you're just getting yourself a Python Mark II for the first time and you want to,
if you're picking up for credits in game, it's there.
Yep.
That's not all though, right? This is also cool.
Yeah, this is also cool. Is Producer Adam going to thumbs me up if I go straight to the next Python thing, or do we need to talk about Type 8 first? We need to talk about Type 8 first, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, okay.
Back to the new ship.
Venice, you said, would he give you a thumbs up or not? And he just
nodded.
So he did what no one knows what producer Adam's doing today. He's just in a whirl. He's
gone rogue.
He's gone rogue.
Oh, he's now giving me a thumbs up. Let's just go straight to it. So, if you are a new commander, getting yourself a Python, maybe you want to get a new ship kit for it. Or
Yeah,
if you've
check it
already
out.
got the current ship kit, maybe again you want a new one. So this is the Fang ship kit, and I think this is probably one of the best ship kits we've ever made. Just in terms of like pure visual
It looks
aesthetic of it.
angry. It does look very Count Dracula.
Yeah, and this shot that Adam's just put on, you can see right at the front, we got those little sort of fangs and the nice little headlights that you can turn on and
there's
off.
lights there, and yeah, they're functioning, right?
They're functioning. We know everybody loves those ship kits, so they've got a little bit of functionality on the lights. So Fang will also be available. Still probably around the release of the next update. We'll obviously let you know fully when it comes out.
That's very ominous.
It looks like it can do you a lot of damage.
Yes, and I think that's the point. It looks great. And then last but not least, you saw one paint job for the Type 8. I think, Adam, just if you can just sort of whiz through some of the other sort of colour variations we've got for the Type 8. That's the one that will be on the Stellar. And then we've got some different colours, and we'll have some, obviously, guys, we'll have some other paint jobs coming for you for the Type 8. Yeah. But yeah, that is everything.
That's a lot about all the stuff in the game. You say, like, engineering rebalance is huge. And in fairness, like, shout out to the development team on that, because they're working on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There's still the other feature we haven't talked about, and we haven't forgotten it, by the way, chat. We're just holding on to that until we want to talk about it.
Yep.
Still coming this year. Don't panic. We're just being a bit tight-lipped because we're like that.
Yeah. As is Power Play.
As is Power Play.
Yep.
They're still releasing ships, and they're doing all the tweaking of the engineering stuff and the Thargoid War and all that good stuff. So huge love to that development team on Elite. We know how hard you work, and it is appreciated. Can we get some 07s in chat, actually, for the dev team? Because they are so passionate about this game. So, yeah, love to the development team working on Elite.
Yep.
But outside of the game...
Yes. Outside of the game. So, if you're excited by everything that you've seen there, and you want to get a bit of a sneak peek about you want to see the Type 8 in action, you want to see some bits about the engineering rebalance, maybe the pre-builts. Good news, our Elite Partner Program Early Access kicks off today at 7:30 UK time. So that's in about, 15 minutes?
15 minutes?
I think so. Looking at my watch.
We're running late.
So basically, after this show is finished, you'll be able to swap over to your favourite Elite content creators and check out the Type 8 in action.
Amazing. Right, Zach, time is getting on, which I didn't realise had gone on that far.
Having too much fun. Time flies when you're having fun.
But we do, I believe, have a winner.
We do indeed. So the winner of all of these wonderful bits and pieces and our monitor down there is Semi-Demi.
Semi-Demi or Semi-Demi. Well done. Make sure you'll get an official whisper from us, so make sure you give us all your information as we get this stuff shipped out to you. Zach, thank you so much for coming on again. It's been a great show. I don't know how we're going to close this out. It's been so much cool stuff. We've looked at gameplay for Planet Coaster 2. We had a deep dive. Then we had Rich and Adam on. It was so cool to have those in there. We looked at some of the stuff that F1 Manager is out now and available to buy on all platforms. Yep. New DLC for Planet Zoo on console. And then we went through a smorgasbord of changes for Elite Dangerous Engineering, which is a huge thing, right? I know we joke about numbers, but it makes such a difference. Look at the Type 8 and all this stuff coming next week. New kits for the Python. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted with excitement. Chat, thank you so much for all your love and staying with us. Thanks to the mods.
Yes, thank you to our wonderful mods. And also thank you to the mods for sticking around and helping us when we had our 24-hour announce stream.
Yes, that was very kind of you.
Planet Coaster.
Very kind of you. The next show will be August the 28th. However, we will be doing a very special Unlocked Extra live from Gamescom. I'm a little bit terrified, chat, because I'll be going around a bit of a roving reporter with a microphone and a camera on our stand at the Planet Coaster stand, or Planet Coaster 2 stand, rather. So keep an eye on our socials. We'll let you know when that's going to be. Tune in. It'll be a fun one. We'll do some silly stuff. Enjoy it. Zach, I'm sure we'll have you back on, talk more stuff, Absolutely. Elite Dangerous. As always, big love to producer Adam for all the hard work he puts in behind the scenes. And we'll see you, I'm still going to do it, on the next show, August 28th. Mwah!